of Riverside Board of Trustees regular meeting for Thursday, May 4th, 2017, immediately following the CNADA meeting. Please call the roll.
President Self.
Here.
Trustee Valerie.
Here.
Trustee Gisa.
Here.
Trustee Lumsden.
Here.
Trustee Pollock.
Here.
Trustee Sudovy.
Here.
Trustee Peters.
Here.
Village Manager Francis.
Here.
Village Attorney Mars.
Here.
Also present Village Clerk Haley.
Please join us.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So first up this evening, now we're going to have a couple proclamations honoring our outgoing trustees and giving them a chance to say anything that they might want to say to us in parting. So I would first ask ex-trustee Patricia Collins to come forward.
I seem so happy saying thanks.
So I'll read this, and it doesn't even begin to do justice to the service that Trustee Collins has given to this village. Whereas Patricia Collins has provided dedicated service to the village of Riverside as a village trustee for 4 years, from 2013 to 2017. And whereas Patricia Collins has served as the liaison for the village board to the Reservation Commission and the Economic Development Commission, providing expertise and oversight to preserve and advance the village's historic legacy. And whereas Patricia Collins has provided excellent advice and counsel on personnel, financial, economic development, and planning matters for the village of Riverside, consistently seeking to advance the common good. And whereas Patricia Collins has spent countless hours in service to Riverside, not only as a trustee, but as a volunteer bettering our schools to ensure a bright future for our children. And whereas Patricia Collins' service as liaison to the Economic Development Commission in particular has significantly advanced the village's efforts to revitalize its downtown and business districts for the betterments of our residents, visitors, and local businesses. And whereas Patricia Collins has selflessly volunteered her time and talent to public service and has displayed great commitment and devotion to advancing the best interest of the village of Riverside and its residents, now therefore be it resolved that we, the members of the Riverside Board of Trustees, do hereby express to Patricia Collins our sincere and deep appreciation for her outstanding service and dedication to the village of Riverside and its residents.
Thank you. I just want to say that it's really been an honor to serve on the board, and something I had never really thought that I would do, and I encourage everyone in town to take an opportunity to do something like this, because it really does help you to know the village better and to feel that you have made a difference to the town. One of the best things I think about this board has been just the way that everyone acts towards each other, the civility that has been shown, whether we agree or disagree. Everyone has been open to listening to the other people, for the most part, and I just find that really refreshing. That there's no, I mean, you would never know who's a Democrat, who's a Republican here. It's just people working together to try to do what's best for the town. And people may not agree with everything that is said, but it still is an opportunity to talk it out, figure out what's best, and do the best that we can. And I think that is something this board has done, and I hope that the new board continues to do that, because it really is the best way to get things done. I wanted to thank the staff, Jessica, Sonia, Ed, Ron, everyone who's here, both chiefs. They are just incredible, and the board's main responsibility is to just stay out of their way and to let them do their job, and that's not a joke. They really do a great job, and the board just needs to support them and to help them to do that. And so I thank them for everything that they have given us and for the phone calls that they have taken from me, and I will miss them, so thank you.
Whereas Trustee Ellen Hamilton has provided dedicated service to the Village of Riverside as a village trustee for 4 years from 2013 to 2017. And whereas Ellen Hamilton has served as the liaison for the Village Board to the Landscape Advisory Commission, providing expertise and oversight to ensure the long-term vitality of our village's beauty and natural resources. And whereas Ellen Hamilton has provided excellent advice and counsel on real estate, financial, planning, and zoning matters for the Village of Riverside, consistently seeking to advance the common good. And whereas Ellen Hamilton has spent countless hours in service to Riverside, not only as a trustee, but as a member of the Lions Club and active participant with the Riverside Presbyterian Church. And whereas Ellen Hamilton's service as liaison to the Landscape Advisory Commission in particular has significantly advanced the village's efforts to preserve and improve the village's parks and public spaces for the enjoyment of our residents and visitors for generations to come. And whereas Ellen Hamilton has selflessly volunteered her time and talent to public service and has displayed great commitment and devotion to advancing the best interest of the Village of Riverside and its residents. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we, the members of the Riverside Board of Trustees, do hereby express to Ellen Hamilton our sincere and deep appreciation for her outstanding service and dedication to the Village of Riverside and its residents.
Thank you. It's hard to be the second one to speak because it's just would be easy to just say ditto to everything that Pat said. But I was reflecting a little earlier when Ben was talking about the passage, several of us were talking about the passage of time. And I want to thank my fellow trustees as I go out of office tonight, President Sells, the people I've served with the longest, who are Pat, Joe, and Doug, and then the people I've served with for only 2 years, but very happily, Mike and Scott. But I also want to remember Gene Sussman and Mike Foley that I served with for my first 2 years, and all of the counsel, particularly that Gene provided me in helping me understand the finance of the village and the way things were put together. And I also want to recognize people like former President Jack Wyandotte and other people who, when we were first running for office, were just invaluable in giving us information on the history of the village and all the different efforts of the village and such. It was just really invaluable and wonderful. And it's been great serving on this board. I particularly echo what Pat said about the civility of the board. That is one thing that I can say without equivocation, that this is a very civil board. One of the things we did several years ago was we decided if for any reason one of the trustees wanted to table an item for a couple of weeks, that would be good enough for everybody. We wouldn't argue about it. We would just observe that. And it has been a very civil board, easy to get along with. And I urge everyone, we all know we live in a wonderful village, but I don't know if people really recognize, for a village our size, what an incredibly outstanding staff we have. It's just, it blows my mind to think how professional our staff is and how lucky we are to have all of them. So thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, both chiefs. I've enjoyed. Thank you, Ron. They're great to work with, and if you're ever asked to serve on a committee or something, please consider it, because this is the biggest investment you have, is your investment in this village, and if we don't protect it, no one else will. So thank you very much. And Ed, I'm sorry, Ed and Mike Collins, how could I forget that? They were my two mainstays on Landscape Advisory. Sorry. Thank you.
So just as a continuing thank you for their service, we have a gift for them. They are not yet framed. They're going to get to pick their own frames, but we have the Village of Riverside General Plan.
I recognize the green ribbon from the trees, you know, in the park. That's the color we put around the trees when we had people picking out their favorite tree.
And,
thank you.
And we also have now, both of our chiefs are here, Chief Weitzel and Chief Buckley, and they would like to say a few words about Trustees Hamilton and Collins.
So, good evening, President yourselves and board members. Since I became chief in 2008, I've always presented the police department's patch. It's changed over the years, but I do have the current one. But my intention is just to thank you for your service and support of public safety for both me and Chief Buckley, but for me personally, for law enforcement. As I listen to you talk about the staff, I want to tell you that it's been a pleasure working with both of you. You listened to us, you gave us a chance to give the whole board our presentation, especially during budget season. And you listen to us and we get a fair shake. And I can tell you from other chiefs that I work with, and I hear some of their horror stories, I can tell you that we're honored, at least I'm honored to work with trustees such as the village has, the manager, the president, and both of you, because I would not want to work in some of these communities when I go to some chiefs meetings and I hear about the way that they're treated and the conflicts that they have. And I look back on the professional atmosphere that this village fosters, and I believe that played a major role for both of you. So I have a plaque, and I'll read it. It says the same for both of you, but this one's for Trustee Collins. I have one for Trustee Hamilton. It says, please accept our thanks for your public service to Riverside and our sincere appreciation for your unwavering support of the Riverside Police Department. It's dated May 4th, 2017, and it's signed by myself, Chief Weitzel, and I wanted to just personally thank you. Hopefully it ends up somewhere in your home and not as a serving plate. Maybe you can hang it somewhere prominent. But thank you.
Get around in my car and get me out of there.
But this is for you. So, and I'm very, very much appreciative. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Chief.
And as Trustee Hamilton said earlier today, ditto. But honestly, as a 48-year resident of Riverside, it truly makes the town that much better by having folks like you serve on this village board. I've seen a lot of village boards come and go, and it truly helps us out as a fire department for the village to have folks like you that are willing to serve and help us out and get us the necessary things that we need to do our jobs very well. So it is very important, and I totally agree with everything that you said earlier about it. So on behalf of the fire department and myself, we also got you a little token of our appreciation. It says, Ellen Hamilton, trustee, thank you for your dedication and support to the village of Riverside and the Riverside Fire Department. And as a little something for you to remember us by.
Thank you.
And Trustee Collins has the same one with her name on the top also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief. It is now time for public comment. Would anyone else like to address the board this evening? We do not have any reports of departments, commissions, or trustee liaisons. There are no considerations, no new business, and no executive session. So with that, I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
By Mr. Lumsden.
Second.
By Mr. Pollack. Please call the roll.
Trustee Valerie.
Aye.
Trustee Giza.
Aye.
Trustee Lumsden.
Aye.
Trustee Pollack.
Aye.
Trustee Sedovy.
Aye.
Trustee Peters.
And although that was a motion to adjourn, I would be remiss after saying goodbye if I didn't say welcome. So to our new trustees, it won't always be this easy, nor will it likely be this short. So, Trustee Giza and Trustee Peters, thank you. I'm quite sure you will honor the legacy of the folks that you're replacing. So with that, meeting adjourned.